So the last song we get to talk about is, of course, We're Always. We're always together. Um, We're Always was the last song that I wrote on the EP. And the reason for that is, I don't know if you've noticed, but if you take all of the titles in order of the track list, titles of the songs, and read them out loud, you get a sentence. Wow. So it goes, over and over, we're always running out of time. Under the sun. You can add that as well. Isn't that cool? So what had happened was I wrote running and I wrote over and over. And then I was like, oh, running over and over. That sounds cool. That sounds like a phrase or maybe a sentence I could complete. So then I was trying to make a puzzle basically. For a few days I was writing down other titles that I could use and, switching over and over, running over and over, under the sun, all these things. And I finally came up with We're Always. And for the track list, I wanted it to start with over and over because it is more of a depressing song. And I wanted it to end with running because it's more of a hopeful song. I wanted to go from the dark and end in the light so that people will feel better about themselves and not worse. So We're Always kind of was put in the middle because it was because of that reason. So I had the name We're Always. That was it. I didn't have an idea. I didn't have any lyrics. I didn't have a song. I just had We're Always. So then I had to come up with a concept. So I was thinking, we're always what? Or what are we always doing? And I didn't want it to be depressing again because we had over and over. I wanted a different vibe for the song. So I couldn't choose we're always dying. We're always losing our minds. So I was like, we're always together. And when I had that line, we're always together, I knew immediately that I had to write the song about my best friend, the same one who helped me film the over and over video. So then I had We're Always Together. I knew that it had to be happy because my best friend deserves to have a happy song written about him, not a sad, depressing one. And so I was really, the first thing I focused on was the lyrics and the melody. So I had those first. And when that happens, usually the chords are wonky. As when I write the chords first, then it's easier for me to play, and then I make the melody afterwards. But now I had the melody, so I had to write the chords to match the melody I already had. And that's why the chords for this song are a lot different than what I played before. So I wrote the lyrics. Usually what I do is the first verse and the choruses I write at the same time. Then after that I write the second verse. And actually with the bridge, it's a part that I wrote for a different song. Or it's just like a random line that I thought was cool. And I thought, okay, well if I change the key, if I change the melody a little, I can get it to work for this song. And those lyrics, because I had written them separately, are kind of like my favorite ones because it, I don't know, I just like them. We're not dolls. We don't get dirtier the more that we're loved. We might fall, but we're always there to pick each other up. Whoa. So yeah, I like especially the "We're not dolls. We don't get dirtier the more that we're loved." I don't remember exactly what inspired that, but I have a lot of stuffed animals. And only recently I learned you can wash them. So they were dirty. So that's like the main inspiration is like there are lots of things that grow dirtier over time, especially if we use them a lot because we love them. Like clothes, they will get worn out. And dolls and toys, they get dirtier the more that you play with them. But humans, they do not because we are humans. And it's important for people to remember that a lot of times. They think that they're damaged goods or they're dirtier because they've dated more people or they've done certain things in their lives. But no, we're humans. We're not dolls. We're not objects. We're all just us. So that's the inspiration for that line, especially. And the other lines is just I wanted it to sound like a song that you can listen to while you're driving in your car, you're vibing. And my best friend and I had originally wanted to move to New York City together and become stars. So I started off with let's go to the city and never look back. I have a feeling we'll fall flat on our ass because everyone knows New York City is garbage and you're not going to succeed. You're just going to be poor. So that was that. It's like, yeah, that's what we said we do, and as long as you're there, I'm fine with failing. So let's just do it. And then the song continues on that sort of like, let's go for it. Let's do it. Let's follow our dreams, even though we're scared. And we may be different and we have our own problems, but we're always together. Yeah. Yeehaw. Oh, yeah. I wrote this song last, and don't get me wrong, I like it because I wrote it for my best friend. But because it's a happier song and I'm not used to writing happy songs, I feel like I didn't do very well, especially with musically. The lyrics I like, but musically I don't like it as much as the other songs. But fortunately, I've got a lot of good feedback about it. A lot of people have told me that that's actually their favorite song of the EP. The other ones are kind of, but yeah, so I'm glad to have that feedback. I had to pause because my camera ran out of memory. But anyway, so I'm glad people like We're Always. That's great. For the production, I recorded it in Israel, and there isn't really much to tell other than some instruments and details that I added. Like, I was able to add the tambourine and trumpet stuff and harmonies, of course. Da 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 da. I like that part a lot of the song, actually, and the trumpet. Um, it was a hard song to record comparatively to Running. Running was easy to record, but this one was hard because of, again, the pop filter. So we have We're Always, and you can hear we're always with the ways. There is an annoying air sound. So I had to record many times and learn exactly how to sing it. Like, no space for error so that there wouldn't be a loud sound and annoy people's ears. So that was very irritating. But other than that, it was okay. It was okay to record. Now for the music video. It's made out of clips that I filmed when I was hanging out with my pals, with my BFFs. the last couple months I was in Israel. We went out a few times on little adventures, and so that's when I filmed that stuff. Um, yeah, and you can see that they're a bit awkward because I didn't tell them what I was doing. I don't normally film things like that, like I mentioned, when I'm out with my friends or my family. So they're like, what's going on? And but I think it turned out pretty funny. Like the music video and all turned out well, and their faces are funny. So that's good. I didn't tell them beforehand about the music video. And for the song, I had mentioned to my best friend and I had given him some like teasers about the song. But he also didn't really know exactly what it was about, and they didn't know about the music video. And I didn't get the permission to post it with their faces on it, but they haven't said anything about it. So I guess they like it. Or at the very least, they haven't begged me to take it down. So that's good.